All right, guys, I think I'm live. Are we live? I think we're live. Let's see. YouTube, videos. Oh, we're live. Perfect. So we are live. We'll collect that link, hit that thumbs up button, and post it in the Discord channel, of course. Live stream. There we go. All right. So there's that. I actually think I can close the Discord channel for now. Okay, we did rank 39th. I do want to hop back to my other account, the main one that I play. Hey Incognito, nice to have you here. Radon Slayer, nice to have you here as well. Thank you for hopping on to the live stream. We do have a couple things I want to talk about today for sure. So we will be getting into that very, very soon. Just give me 1 sec to make sure we're all set. It looks like we're almost there. I just need to double check one last thing here. All right, and I also needed to gift the reward from last week to IMO. He did get back to me, which is nice. I know he got back to me late the other night. I just didn't get a chance to get around to getting him the reward. And I believe it was a web reward, and I know exactly which one he wanted. He wanted the second reward, I believe, with the keys in it. So let's see. The keys are in this one. So I think I already copied his ID. Oh, nope, no we didn't. Time to reopen the Discord channel. Let's see, Discord. Oh man, I thought I copied it. Hey Ionis, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the stream. Hello to everyone as well. I hope everyone's doing well. It's definitely been, it's October already, which is crazy. I can't believe time has seemingly flown. I don't know where September went. But anyway, here we go. Let's copy this ID link that IMO gave me the other day. I know this is the reward he wanted, so we're going to send that to him right now. There we go. It has been sent officially on the stream, so now I don't have to worry about that. He's received his reward. It should be in his mail. A lot of things I need to talk about today. So the first thing that I want to talk about was obviously the Fire Titan event, right? The Scorching Days event. Got to talk about that. It's going on right now. And really, I kind of think it's a nice little break in terms of all these new events that they've been having. A lot of them have been kind of seemingly on the money grab side, kind of having some high price points, like $45 for a pass, for example. So yeah, just a lot of kind of high priced items. So here I'm just going to do a couple of things here for this event. Nothing too crazy. I don't really need too many things on this account, which is nice. Hello, Wally. Nice to have you here. Movie Star, great to have you here as well. So I will be kind of just going through a bunch of my tasks real quickly here on this account, but then I do want to play a little bit on web and hopefully get some of these Fire Titan items essentially, because I do need them on my new account. So I'll definitely be looking to do that a little bit later today. And then we also definitely need to talk about two things. So one is I want to talk briefly about Ascension and kind of some more info that we've gotten on them. And then the other thing that I want to talk about is, well, I guess with Ascension, we'll talk a little bit about events briefly. We're not going to get into a whole lot briefly. And then I also want to talk about one particular function that I'm thinking about adding to my YouTube channel, which will be membership. And the reason I'm going to mention that now is just because I do want to get your guys' input. So I want to kind of throw it out there and kind of give you guys what I'm thinking. And then I'm more than happy to hear what you guys have to say about it as well. And kind of go from there, and kind of just want to introduce the idea because I know a lot of people are doing it. Been told I should do it for a while. So finally getting around to it, but I do want your guys' input, and I want to try to make it accessible to people who want to be able to use it. So there's that. And then I also wanted to talk briefly about tier lists. Been getting some requests to make an updated one, which I'm planning on doing. I know there has recently been a tier list that has been released, and it's not very popular. I don't really want to get into that, but yeah. So always remember, guys, tier lists are kind of meant as a guide, not as like the end all be all. It's not like some of the games where like this character instantly you're going to be winning like every single matchup. That's just not how things run in Hero Wars. It's made very balanced. I know everyone probably knows that already, but I just gotta always say that, just because I know there's people on both sides of tier lists. Yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. Also, I'm gonna take a sip of this shake. I guess it's a protein shake that I made today. So, one sec. But anyway, so a couple things that I definitely want to touch on. Just wanted to go over all that. Let's see. Okay, we got our chest opening here. Also on mobile, I did just rank second in my arena, which I love to see, especially as a free-to-play player in mobile. No complaints. My team that I'm running is Astaroth, Twins, Jorgen, and Dorian, and it's been doing very well. I've been happy with the results. Definitely been going well. Hopefully everything has been going well for you guys as well. I know with this Titan type of event, it's very, very useful. I really like Elemental Fusion just because it gives you an opportunity. If you have enough summoning circles, right, summoning spheres essentially, you can get, well, I have too many, but if you have enough, you can get all of those potions, which is super helpful if your Titans are not quite level 120 yet. I just think that it's crazy beneficial for anyone still growing their Titans in the level aspect of their Titans, right? Because there's a lot of different aspects, but in terms of the level of your Titan, definitely hugely helpful. Hey Melissa, nice to have you here. How's it going? Everything's going well. Things have definitely been busy on my end. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. It's been busy but good, and it's crazy to me that it's already October. I don't know where the time's gone. It felt like July, like not even a little while ago. So it's crazy to me that time is seemingly moving very, very quickly. Good and bad for sure. All right, let's see. So definitely want to open my Outland chests. I'm currently working on Aurora, so I will be trying to gather some more items for her. This is on my main account, so I've already finished my main team essentially, really, and I've been gearing it towards the magic attackers, really, if I'm being honest, because that's why I really honed in on Isaac. Currently working on Aurora. I do need to figure out how I'm gonna level up my Helios because I'm seeing a lot more Yasmin on my server, and quite frankly, she's annoying. So we're gonna have to start countering her a little bit better. Using Helios, I think, is gonna just be the logical, simple answer. So I'll probably be doing that as well and kind of upgrading what I need for Helios to be useful, because I mean some people are just really starting to spend some money on Yasmin on my server for whatever reason, like just recently, like in the last like 2-3 weeks, that it's been, wow, yeah, there's been a lot more strong Yasmin on my server. Hey Mr. Big, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the stream. We're going to cover a lot of stuff today, briefly, although, you know, we got to get through stuff. We definitely have to pick our winners. I do want to talk about the potential, I guess we call it membership that YouTube is kind of offering everyone, and yeah, just some other stuff there. We already talked about tier lists real briefly, which is all I really wanted to get on. Time starts to move a lot quicker the older you get. I guess that's fair. I think that's a fair statement. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I'm still technically in school, so it's like, you know, school's keeping me grounded in terms of like, okay, I know like have midterms X time, I have finals X time, but it does seem to move a little bit quicker. I will say you're definitely right. We're getting guild invitations. We don't address those right now on this account. But anyway, all right. So we got some surprise. We got Guild War victories, and this is where things get a little more interesting for me because my skins are now done. So for the Guild War shop especially, it's kind of like, where do I go from here? Do I go for the rare enchantment runes, or do I go for the item equipment? And I think this is a very tough question. I actually haven't thought it through very much because I hadn't had this, I'm not going to call it an issue, but this good problem. Like I haven't had an instance where I needed to decide between chests and runes. I do think what I'm going to do preliminarily, at least, is I'm going to probably use all my bronze trophies for my rare enchantment runes, and I'm going to keep my silver trophies as they are, and get some epic chests. I think that's what I'm going to do just for now. There's not quite enough for me to really be willing to open these, so I'm just going to hold on to them. But the rare enchantment runes will definitely come in handy. And I'm going to level up my Isaac actually probably a little bit here too. But I think that's what I'm going to do just because I don't need the skins anymore, which is really great. But I'm going to need the other items for sure. Runes are going to be something I always need. Plus, with the items, like I'm going to just need them anyway, so I'm going to have to farm them. I think obviously the gold ones would be better. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. And there you can see Hall of Fame. I did not have a chance to play every day, so I only got the bare minimum, but that's okay. At least we got our items in. Titan artifacts, you can see here, I finished my Vulcan this week. Finished the Ragni's Horn, which was the 5-star item I had, and I was able to get all the way up to 9,000 fragments, which is what you need. I think I had 8,300 going into the week, so I got 700 fragments over the past week, plus by just like trading in other ones that I didn't need. So definitely been huge. Now I'm working on Nova, right? I have 3 more Titans left. I got these 2 for Nova here, 2 for Mary, and then I got 2 for Ignis, and then we're all done with our Titans. And after that, I'm gonna be going for those Lords. So you can almost guarantee that I will be going for those Lords. I've definitely already seen improvements in terms of damage, but can't quite take them out just yet. I also have my thoughts on Ascension. I believe a certain team will be dominant for some time. I'll be working on this video. Yeah, I think Ascension will be very interesting. I don't know how soon it will be coming, though. I think that's going to be a big thing. I think here's one thing that I think might be interesting is if we have Ascension here in a week or two prior to Halloween, they're going to try to be milking that event for sure. Sorry, I'm getting protein shake on my hand a little bit here. But I just think that will be very interesting. I don't think that it would be in their best interest to do so, but it's totally possible. I know they're trying to shoot for Cleaver, Cleaver. Let's see, hold on. Going back to my heroes. When I look at them, I'll probably remember a little better here. But with Ascension, I know they're going Cleaver, Thea. Who are the other ones? Now I'm blanking on it. Cleaver, Thea. I almost need to look it up now. Hold on. Hero Wars Ascension. Hero Wars Ascension. I did totally spell that wrong. That's okay. And I'll just click on the first one. I'm sure it's probably right. But yeah, so I guess the heroes they were talking about, if I remember right, are these the ones that they were talking about being first? New game mode, right. These are all tanks, which is fine, but I'm pretty sure they had a specific list. I think it was there was the elf, right? What's her name? Dark Star, I think was one of them, right? That was going to be Ascension, and they were talking about changing up one of these skills so that you had more control over the enemy. So definitely just some stuff that going on there. Let me see. I know they named out the heroes that they're going to do. Must be level 65 or higher. Thea, yes. Where did they mention the names of the heroes? They definitely mentioned it. Here we go. The first heroes whose skills can be upgraded will be Thea, Cleaver, Artemis, Kai, Qingmao, Nebula, and Dark Star. So this is where things get very, very interesting. We don't know exactly how Nebula is going to turn out, or Dark Star. We don't really know how any of these are really going to play out. We just know that Thea is going to have more healing for sure based on what they showed us here. I know they gave us a preview of Dark Star, I'm pretty sure as well. Not seeing it on this particular page right this second. But I remember seeing the skill and thinking that Dark Star might be a big player and threat potentially. Definitely someone to keep an eye on. Then I already like Qingmao a lot, and Nebula's good. So those three heroes already right there are going to be someone to watch out for. Qingmao, Nebula, Darkstar. But I think if you pair them right with like Cleaver and Thea, you have a pretty solid squad. I don't know how I feel about Kai and Artemis, but I think depending on the upgrades, could be a very very big alternative in this game. Could really lopside the game a little bit. I think. Um, It'll be interesting though because I don't know how it will fare against Dodge Team. Dodge teams have been very, very effective, and I haven't seen any new factions come in and really sweep Dodge teams off their feet, in my opinion, so far. But yeah, my guess is Ascension will be Thanksgiving, but that's just a guess. Totally possible. Totally possible. How is my energy tonight? My energy is doing pretty well. I will say I've been talking a lot this week, so my voice might go out on me a little bit at points, but we're going to try to go through it. We're going to try to stick through it. Things have been good, though. Let's see. Hey, Gary. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Thank you for your videos because I avoid a lot of mistakes and I often say first. I'm glad to hear that. That is really kind of the whole point of me making content is I do want to help everyone. I would love to help people try to avoid mistakes that I've made already in the past, and as well as just kind of finding the best way to progress through the game. I always find that to be kind of my goal is to try to help out in that way. Nebula, yep. Yeah, I mean, here's my concern with Ascension, right? I mean, they've been mentioning it more and more. Um, I mean, I think if they're smart, they don't overlap Halloween with Ascension. I think that's a terrible idea. And I think it's even a bad idea to have Ascension come out before Halloween. I think if the developers and the game are really looking to make Max capitalize on this, right, in terms of like profit, I think Ascension doesn't come until at least a month after, like, or at least 2 or 3 weeks after Halloween. Like, you can't have this event with Halloween because Halloween is a really good event. I personally think this would take away and detract from Halloween and be a distractor. Just my opinion. But I would just be mentally prepared either way because I've seen Hero Wars do very weird things before, and the way that they're kind of building it up on Facebook, the more and more they're talking about it, I'm kind of getting worried that they're going to bring this to light a little sooner than I would personally like. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. Nebula for sure might top out Seb. I'm not convinced that Nebula will top out Seb, but I say that, but it is totally possible if, and this is a big if Nebula is given, let's see, Serenity, right? And Serenity skills buffed to the fact where instead of it's only 2 nearby allies, this is all allies. Nebula could be a very, very helpful hero. The only reason I don't think it's going to overtake Sebastian is the fact that Sebastian starts with a little bit of energy going in, so he's able to negate for a longer period of time. I think in theory Nebula might be better, but I think Sebastian will still be a very, very difficult hero to contend with because you factor in Oda Serenity. It applies to debuffs 15 times, right? So even if Nebula is able to protect all her teammates, right, which is 5 allies, we don't know if it's going to be for the duration of the skill, for the duration of the matchup. There's a lot of questions still surrounding this. So we don't know how it's going to play out. I think it's possible Nebula outdoes Sebastian, but I'm going to go with it's highly doubtful on my part because they'd have to make her so OP that this Ascension is going to be a game changer. Like, it's going to just disrupt the entire Hero Wars balance. We'll call it balance. It's possible, though. It's totally possible. Artemis will be good, especially thanks to Tristan. Let's see. Artemis. I need to look at Artemis a little bit. And Tristan's a lot newer. So, I mean, Tristan's impact in game is still yet to be seen, I think. A lot of people have not invested in him. Understandably, he's so niche so far that it definitely is very intriguing. Let me find Artemis. What did I do with Artemis? I probably missed Artemis. Where are you? Artemis? No? Oh, here we go. Wow. Okay. Oh, a lot of Arrows, a lot of arrows. Blinds enemies, that's good. Punishing arrows. Additional damage. So here's the thing with Artemis. You need her to stick around for a decent amount of time. Let's see how her magic defense is decent. Not great. Armor is good, but that magic defense is definitely not great. I would definitely use a magic attacker against someone who uses Artemis. Although Artemis in herself, not very threatening. Let me check where she stands in line with Tristan, because I know you mentioned Tristan here. If she's in front of Tristan, maybe, but I don't think she is. Let's see, Artemis. I mean, Artemis, here's the thing. Artemis is going to have good damage over time because of her skills, but her defense is too low, in my opinion, to make her super viable. Unfortunately, I mean, obviously we'll see what Ascension does to mitigate that, but currently, as she is, she's very still, in my opinion, not a top attacker. But we'll see how it turns out. Ascension will be in November. I think that it would be smart to have it in November, around Black Friday. Okay, I could see that. Yeah, no, we definitely have some delays with the hotkeys for sure. Yes, 100%. The Titan video helped a lot. I'm glad it helped. Definitely glad that helped. And I definitely probably will be making more content on that, because I know there are some questions on what if you're in a disadvantageous matchup, so on and so forth. Hello, Oh Negro. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Thea's silence will be a superpower. Yeah, if Thea's superpower gets upgraded, we're talking about her silence, then I would say so. But based on this skill upgrade for Thea, it looks like the ally takes less damage and gets healed. But it doesn't say anything specific about an extended period of time for silence. Right now, her silence period is 3 seconds. Last I checked. Now that I say that, I better just double check. I know they upgrade these skills regularly. Vow of Silence, it is still 3 seconds. I do think that if they up it to like 5 or 8, that will definitely disrupt the game. Make her a much more higher tier hero for sure, in my opinion. But currently, just by adding a decrease in damage, not really enough for me personally, in the grand scheme of what I need out of Thea for my personal healing choices. But I could definitely see her being useful. Tristan helps her out a lot. Let me look at Tristan, and let me double check what we're talking about. I mean, I could definitely see Tristan helping out Artemis, no doubt. I think Tristan's great with any physical damage dealer because he boosts physical attack and magic attack. So he's really good as a boosting hero, kind of similar to like Nebula. But I don't know. I'm just not big on Tristan personally. Like, I mean, I seen him use. He's okay. But I don't see him as being a viable hero if you've been playing Hero Wars enough already, because then you have to reinvest in a brand new hero. You're starting from almost scratch because he is pretty new. I mean, if you don't have him already to 6 stars, it's going to be really hard to get him caught up. Especially if you're in a spot like where I am, where most players are almost already, building these red +2 characters. You're starting with a brand new Tristan. You're probably, I mean, maybe you got him to red now, but I don't know. You need to probably get him to red +2 to be viable in a, if we're looking at an arena, right? I mean, I got pushed down a little bit since my time ended, but what you'll see is like, I mean, most players here are using, red +2 maxed out heroes, maxed out teams. Obviously there are some exceptions, but it's going to be tough. So I definitely understand what you're saying about the testing with it. It's just really hard with players who've already progressed to a certain point to use a brand new hero. Unless they're game changing, like Yasmin. Let's see. I level up to level 130. Congrats, Tanya. That's a huge milestone. You're now able to do this, which is a tower auto raid run, potentially today even. And if not, then definitely tomorrow. But it's definitely a very cool feature. I really like auto rating the tower. It doesn't make the tower seem as long and grueling when you're not level 130. It is a slight inconvenience, but it is a great way to get gold and acquire items. Sometimes you get tower coins, but I find that a lot less common, for me at least. Maybe other people have better luck with tower coins, but the gold, it is always great in the tower. I have no complaints typically. And plus, I mean, I just really like the auto raid feature. Really cool. Congrats on hitting level 130. That is a major milestone, and it is very difficult to hit. I mean, it's hard to continue to basically be invested in the game enough to get to that point. So I'm happy and glad, and congratulations to you on that. That is a big feat right there. Big feat for sure. All right. One of the top players in our server uses Aurora, Galahad, Tristan combo, and it seems to be pretty effective. Once Tristan ults, followed by Galahad. Yeah, and here's the thing. I will say Radon Slayer with Aurora in front of Tristan, it's actually a very good combo there. I personally think Galahad is not as good as Luther, actually, in terms of being in front of Tristan. But I do like Galahad's attack. It's just his defense is soft when you compare it to the hardened defense of Luther. Still a very good hero, not complaining. But I do think that even better still would be Aurora, Luther, and Tristan. But I do agree with you that it's an effective combo. But I think if you have strong enough heroes, that team's not going to play very well. Once all things are even. I mean, we can test it out here. Let's say, for example, they have, as you mentioned, Aurora, Tristan, and Galahad. Where did Galahad go? Galahad, we'll put in Martha, and we'll put in Sebastian for, it's a decent team. Now, here's what I'm going to run. I'm going to run a dodge team. We're going to use Yasmin for sure. Aurora, Sebastian. We're going to put in Dante. And then we'll put in a healer of some sort. Let's see. Maybe we'll also use Martha. So, like, basically these last two are the same. We just kind of went with a different offense. But I hear you. Let's see how it goes. Definitely worth testing out, I think. Yes, thank you for hitting that thumbs up button. Do appreciate it. We couldn't beat this team in Guild War. Astaroth, Dante, Isaac, Sebastian, and Martha. Pretty good team. We'll definitely have to look into countering Dante specifically. So Helios might be a helpful option. Let's see how things go here. It does look like, obviously, there is some issues, right, with Galahad going off, spamming, thanks to Tristan. But now that he's out of the fight, we just got to be worried a little bit about Aurora. And with Yasmin dealing a lot of damage, as long as she doesn't get taken out, I think we'll be okay. Sebastian getting taken out is not an ideal situation because now Yasmin is a target. And so we do lose this matchup, but that's okay. Or get timed out. Either way. Okay. So not ideal there, but let's see how we do against a meta team. Let's see. Put in Maya. Okay, we'll put in Maya instead of Martha. We'll see how that goes. Let's go for it. Let's go Aurora, Maya, Yasmin, Sebastian, and who was the other one we were using? We were using somebody. Who were we using? Why did I forget? Dante. There we go. Right? Something like that. I've been saving the boxes from the Tristan event for Halloween. Very smart play, incognito, and very disciplined of you. I personally don't have the self-control to be able to do that, but I think it's a very good move and very smart, and it'll pay off dividends for you in the future. That team worked with Maya. Great call there, Tanya. So we won that one. While here saying more of a big picture thing. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I hear you. I hear you. But yeah, Tristan is definitely a little bit better with Luther than Galahad. But they're both great. They're both great. Seeing a team build with Galahad and Tristan. Yeah, definitely still a solid squad, I would say. But Aurora is really kind of key there because Aurora is able to um, dodge and get more energy, which gives Tristan more energy, which gives Tristan the ability to give more energy back. It's a whole cycle. So I think Aurora is really kind of the key piece there, whether you're using Galahad or Luther with Tristan. So definitely interesting, definitely. Mr. Big had a team he wanted us to check out here too. So let's check that out. It was Astaroth. Let's see here. Astaroth. Dante was involved, I remember. Dante. Isaac. Ooh, Isaac. Okay. Sebastian and Martha. So definitely a pretty balanced team here. Very, very good actually. I like this team. I think I'm gonna look to Kark immediately. I definitely would like to have Astaroth involved. Man, because they're blocking all that damage, it really makes me think I almost want to use Yasmin with this team, which is very offensive, I realize, but I almost feel like it's necessary with who we're up against. I would probably look at something like this. Let's see if it works first of all, but it just seems to me that it might be the best move because you're going to have to deal with not only Dante but also Isaac, right? Because you need to watch out for those magic attacks. You basically can't use magic attacks because they have Isaac, but we do need to get rid of Dante. So you need enough firepower to get rid of Dante. And in case your cart gets taken down by Dante, you need a backup plan, and that is actually Yasmin. So Yasmin really plays a key part in this matchup, but it's almost too risky to only run one damage dealer because of Dante's dangerous ability to dodge, and you can't use magic attackers because of Isaac. Really, really kind of a problematic combo, but you almost need to be very, very offensive in your approach. Yasmin and Kark is really kind of the ideal combination. Let's see what happens if we use an undead team, though. I do think they have some moderate success against Dante. Let's go with that. We're going to go with Martha. And I want to see Nebula in this team as well. We'll see how it goes. I think Corvus might struggle a little bit, but if Corvus can last long enough to really kind of deal some damage, I think that will be kind of key for us here. Isaac is obviously going to be a problem, but I'm curious to see how it does. I think without Isaac, this team would probably win for sure, but I'm curious how it goes with Isaac involved. If you have top 15 sparks of power filled up, do you keep buying sparks to get the daily achievement, or do you get the gold? Don't need Titan potions. I would say go for the gold. But if you do need sparks, then go for sparks as you need them, Gary. But I think your top priority is going to be gold for most things. You're going to need gold for your Titans. You're going to need gold for your heroes. You're going to need gold for your pets. You're going to need gold in a lot of different situations. So I think if you can, get the gold. But if you don't need anything right away, just keep your potion or keep your items as items. There's no need to trade them in just yet, Gary. If you don't need them, you just leave them there. And I can kind of show you a little bit more what I mean by that. But yeah, we'll get to that in just a second here. I want to see how this matchup turns out. Obviously, Isaac silencing everyone here. Kind of a stalemate so far. Really not any damage getting done on either side. So really a stalemate here. All right. I'm not sure if it's possible to really deal enough damage if you are a physical attack team, or I mean a magic attack team, so you're going to probably need to go physical. Let's try one of these iterations of Aurora, Tristan, and I like Luther. I'm going to put Luther in. Let's put Luther in. Where's Luther? I know he's one of the stronger heroes. Here, there he is. And then I probably want to use a healer. So I'm going to go with Martha because Martha's really great with Luther, actually. Tanya wants to use that team. Okay, we'll use that in a second here. So the cycle of energy. Absolutely. Maya rework helps a lot. Absolute flaw of thermodynamics. Yeah, you're not wrong, actually. It is true. That is very true. My rework is only on mobile. She's still the same here. She's still very good. I mean, yeah, they did have a rework on mobile, but she's still very good. All this gold talk. Who are we talking? King Midas. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. So Aurora's gone, and Luther just took out Dante. That's going to seal this matchup for us here. Luther's actually a very, very offensive character. Slept on a lot. And I really like to use Ishmael. I know that he's not popular, but you can't go wrong. And here we've got the dub. So we just won. And let's go back here. So going back to Gary H's point here, you know, I like to just keep a lot of my items or trade them in as Titan Soul Coins. If you don't need the gold right away, there's no need to kind of really cash in your Titan Soul Coins. I like to just hold them as Titan Soul Coins. You never know. I mean, here's the thing too is if they add something to the shop, I'd like the option to be able to buy them and not just be like, oh, I have a bunch of gold that I didn't need. Obviously with Ascension, we're going to need gold. But one thing that I like to do, and you can see I have a bunch of these summoning spheres that I can just kind of burn. So I'm going to go ahead and open a bunch of them since I can. And what I'm going to do is, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold on to them. I'm not going to trade them in yet. I'm going to let kind of the game dictate how I spend them. I don't need Titan Potions either like yourself, but I do think that it's best off to just kind of hold and have some on reserve. Just in case, you know, Hero Wars may add items to the merchant. Not saying they will. We got a Super Titan there. Not saying they will, but I always find that it's better to kind of have some flexibility and just hold them as Titan Soul Coins. If you need some Sparks of Power, you can trade them in. If you need some gold, you can trade them in at that time. I don't think there's a rush to needing to pick one or the other until you actually know how you're going to allocate them. So I just like to hold on to them in these Titan Soul Coin forms and not necessarily spend them right away. I just like to hold them. Kind of what I like to do there. Tanya wanted to use this team here. We'll definitely use that team. Let's see. So it was Aurora, Alvanor. Not a huge Alvanor fan, but we can run with it. Aurora, Alvanor, Thea, Kai, and Astaroth. Thea and Kai. Okay. Let's see how this goes. For sure. I love the 250. Gotcha. Alright, so let's see what happens here. Kai's looking very, very summery, while Thea's looking very wintry. So it's always an interesting combo here, based on the skins that I have already placed on these heroes. Let's speed it up just a touch, because it looks like there's not a whole lot of movement here. Kai did a little bit of damage there. Dante's definitely feeling it, but he took out Alvanor and Thea. And then right there, Isaac really made it very, very difficult for the remaining attackers there, which were Aurora and I believe it was Alvanor. So definitely not quite able to do it, but a valiant effort. Wally wants us to try this one here. Corvus, Morgan, basically an undead combo with Sebastian. Sebastian will probably help a little bit for sure, negating those Isaac silences, hopefully. Phobos here will help against those physical attackers, and then we have Arachne, good attacker too. Let's see, where is Arachne at? There she is. We'll put her in and we'll go for it right there. And a lot of this is going to come down to how effective Arachne can be here. Phobos will obviously be very helpful and is really holding down Isaac, which is nice. But I think ultimately the question is going to be, can we outlast Dante's attacking ability here? There's been a lot of dodges as well on this side. which is, very surprising. But there we go. Took out Corvus, and that's not usually a great sign. We're getting silenced by Isaac. Kind of a rough go of it so far. Just a lot of damage kind of building up over time. It's taking too long. The fight is taking a little too long, allowing Dante to build up a lot of energy and really just kind of hurting our team a little bit too much here. So definitely, I mean, Dante's a good hero. People are sleeping on him. But definitely a very tough matchup there, but understandably so. All right, so let's go to the airship. I need to definitely make sure I'm doing my expeditions. I know I started some, but I don't believe I finished them all. So let's claim what we can. And let's go ahead and keep moving on here. All right, so let's collect these. Let's click these. All right. And this is also where I want to probably start talking a little bit about kind of what I'm thinking for my YouTube channel. So right now, I don't have any membership set up, but I'm thinking about getting it set up. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I did get approved for this particular setup, but I do want to talk it over with you guys. I want to kind of know your guys' thoughts. I'd love to kind of talk about what you guys think about it so far, and kind of know what you guys think, because I think ultimately this is for you guys. It does help me a lot, and obviously I'm going to probably use any support that I get, kind of both towards helping me start to pay off some student loans, because school's not cheap, and then also kind of to improve my channel, hopefully get some more cameras, hopefully, just kind of that kind of stuff, improve the quality of what I can do with my channel. So here's what I have so far. Right now I have the J pack, which is a 99-cent deal. Basically, you get loyalty badges as you are subbed over time or a member over time. Basically, I'm going to have member-only polls. I'm going to be adding that to my Discord channel is kind of what I'm thinking. And also kind of just posting them and kind of letting you guys know about them. I kind of want to have some insights into what you guys want for content, especially on different heroes. So I'll probably be having some polls and kind of having your thoughts. There'll also be loyalty badges at that level. I'm also thinking about having like a $5 options, $4.99, a supporter option where basically you have member-only live chats, and kind of have some priority reply to comments. Now, this doesn't mean that everyone can't still reply to chats. It's just going to be that the members have kind of more priority. They have a better option in terms of commenting on videos, stuff like that. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking there. Plus, you would get all the perks from the J pack. Then you have the fan, which would be about a $9.99 plan. You'd have early access to new videos. So this would be like content that I'm thinking that I would probably put out. Like basically, I'm thinking I'm probably going to make a tier list here very soon, pre-Ascension, right? And then I'll make one probably later post-Ascension. And basically it'd be available for those members a little bit early, like 1 day earlier, half day earlier, maybe a little bit more. But basically I'm thinking about a day. Member shout outs. So if you want, I can mention you on the live stream, just kind of personally put you out there. Then exclusive member only videos. So this would be like kind of like if you wanted a specific video for yourself or for people in the community, I would make that video and then I just make it members only. And then if someone else in the public asked about it, might be able to make one, maybe not. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm definitely going to be catering to those people just a little bit more, just kind of what I'm thinking for the fan. And for the fan as well, I'm also thinking I'm going to rework the picker wheel. So right now with the picker wheel, right, we do have the winners for Facebook and web, but I'm thinking we're going to make it so that everyone only gets one option. So if you have multiple accounts, you have to pick one, and that one's going to be having an option at winning. But if you're part of the fan membership, you're going to get a second option. So you can put either the same ID on there 2 times, or you can basically have a second account on there, and that's kind of how we're going to go about it. That's kind of what I'm thinking so far. And then the fourth and final option will be super fan. This one's going to be a little bit more expensive, and there is a good reason for that. It's about $50. You get a guild shout out. So that's, your entire guild. You get a promotion. So if you want to have your emblem shown, if you have whatever you want me to read or say, you can definitely do that. I'll connect on social media, Facebook and Discord for sure. And then we can kind of go from there, but also personalized assistance. So with this, there'll be up to like basically 3 hours of like one-on-one time. Basically, I'll be kind of mentoring and coaching your team as to how you want it, and it'll be personalized one-on-one time. And that's kind of why it's going to be a little bit more expensive, because it's going to take up, my time, and it'll be working personally just with you on how to improve your team, how to improve your specific setup, anything that you want to talk about in that time, and kind of that's just how I'm thinking about going with that. So those are kind of the 4 options I have right now. Definitely open to hearing your guys' thoughts. If you think that I should basically, hey, maybe this is a better idea. Maybe that's a better perk that we'd like added to XYZ. If you think the pricing is way off, let me know. I'm more than happy. This is what I submitted earlier to YouTube and they approved it. I'm just kind of throwing it out there. But I'm definitely thinking that these are kind of what I'm thinking so far. And everything, obviously, the higher packs always contain the prior levels bundles, right? So if you get the super fan, you obviously get everything below it. You get the fan, everything below that. Supporter, you definitely get the J pack. So that's just kind of how it works. Just kind of throwing that out there. I wanted to kind of talk to you guys first about it before anything happened. So just kind of putting that out there, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you want to mention it during the chat, if you want to mention it to me in the Discord, if you want to mention it to me on this video, more than happy to talk about it. But I'm definitely thinking about rolling it out pretty soon. So the sooner you can get back to me, the better. Yeah, just kind of what I'm thinking so far. But I definitely plan on rolling this out very, very soon, and definitely before the 15th of this month. So feel free to let me know your thoughts. That's kind of what I have so far. All right, so there's that. And I will be probably talking about it a little bit more tomorrow as well. I'm just going to be talking about it a little bit regularly, just because, it's kind of something that I'm trying to promote a little bit. But anyway, let's get to the picker wheel, because we were just talking about it. Let's go ahead and find our Facebook winner for Saturday. Of course, currently we still have multiple accounts if you're a user, but next month we're going to be changing it up. So anyway, let's go ahead. I've missed everything, but I like the idea of reworking the spinner wheel. Sounds like a nice perk. Are the charges one time only or recurring? So Incognito, my understanding is that YouTube has it on a monthly cycle. But if you're a member or whatever, I will be, you're good for the entire duration of that, what do you call it? That contest. So like, let's say you are a fan for 1 month, right? And then you don't want to do it the next month. That's fine. You're still going to be good from the 15th to the 15th. You're already in to the wheel 2 times, as opposed to only once. You don't have to worry about it the next month until, the next contest kind of rolls out. So that's kind of how that works. And Incognito, if you want, you can always play it back a little bit as well. And if you have any questions and you want things more fleshed out, let me know. More than happy to talk about it. But let's go ahead and spin this wheel. Don't want to delay it too much for people who've been waiting for this. But this is the Facebook winner. So let's see who's going to be our lucky winner. And it looks like it is a Marcellus F. So we're going to find them here in the comments. Let's go ahead and look for them. Marcellus, congratulations. Let's see. Marcellus F. And they are a subscriber. They've been subscribed for a week. Wow, look at that. Congrats. You have been chosen by the Wheel of Fate. Wow, that is crazy. Only sub for a week. I mean, sometimes you just have luck. Congrats, you've been chosen by the Wheel of Fate. Please message me at your earliest convenience. All right, congratulations to Marcellus F. You're our lucky Facebook winner. We're gonna also spin our web winner because we're already on the wheel. Why not? We gotta have 2 winners, right? So 1 winner for Facebook. That was for Facebook. This one will be for web right here. And I did add everyone on Facebook that messaged me. As for Dennis, who emailed me, I did put you on there. All 3 of your accounts. Of course, next month will be a little bit different, but that's how it worked. I did put them all in there. And this one is for web. So this will be our web winner here. Let's see who we got. Hoping everyone has good luck. And the winner is Super Peak. At least that's what the English translation is from, I believe it's Chinese, writing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy this ID. And we're going to see if we can find him. Oh, did we copy the ID correctly? If not, I can copy the name. That's fine. Let's copy the name. Let's do this. Copy the name. Find them here. I say congrats. You have been chosen by the Wheel of Fate. Please message me when you can. All right. So those are our 2 lucky winners. Have my name at web. Yes, your name is definitely, I believe, on here. Let's double check. Yep, there you are. You're right there. You're definitely on here. Let me see if we can find you on here. You're right here, Adreeb. You're right here, Adib. So I promise you're on here. I promise. I know you weren't on here last week, but I know that you put your name on there, and it's on here. Promise. So you're on here. And yes, congratulations to the winner. I will be playing a little bit of web here very briefly. I just want to at least see if I can level up one time, as well as probably try to acquire a couple of these Scorching Days event items, right? I definitely kind of need to improve my Titans on this new account. So like almost brand new. So I'm definitely trying to improve my account and trying to have more invested in my Titans. I'm going to improve them a little bit. I'm definitely an Earth-based team, but I figure why not, right? Yes, congrats to the winners for sure. Let's see, Demonic Sparks is what we're going for. We have 35, which is pretty good for a new account. I'm not going to complain. I'm up to level 78, probably a little far from 79, but I figure what's the worst that can happen. And let's see if we can get a couple more things going. We want to use some energy. I probably want to save the rest of my energy for the upcoming Halloween event, but I do want to use a little bit more here just because I think I can definitely use some Araji Soulstones if I can get them. That would just be huge because I do use Araji on my main team. Yes, thank you for hitting that thumbs up button. I do appreciate it. And let's see, I do want to acquire this magic hat here. And I'd also like to get this here. Awesome. So we can make this item for Aurora, the Globus Cruciger. There we go. We got Dante we're working on as well. Grand Arena Shop. The Dragon Shield's a little bit too pricey. How are we looking here? Giant Slayer. We can try to farm for that a little bit. Yes, you were right next to Super Peak. Super close, Zlatko. Almost. Almost. I think that's a sign, though, that luck is coming your way very soon, I think. Hey, Greg G. Nice to have you here. Thank you for stopping in all the way from Sydney, Australia. Always love to have you here. And always appreciate when you tell me where you're from. I like that. I like that. All right, so that is kind of some of the progress we've been making on our team, right? So you can see my team power has improved a little bit. We leveled up our Kane and actually went from 1 star to 2 stars. Of course, we still have baby Kane, but hey, you gotta start somewhere. So we're gonna open 10 eggs here, see if we can get a couple Kane Soulstones, maybe. No dice on this one, but that's okay. It's gonna happen. You gotta get all the Titans or all the pets eventually. So definitely no harm there, but we're still pretty far off. A lot of 2-star pets. We have a couple 1-star pets. Not ideal, but looks like we can evolve our Merlin, which is good. And Biscuit's pretty far off from 2-star, but it's a baby account. What are you gonna do? You can't always have everything be big right away. So there's that. Aurora is super good, absolutely. Awesome. Glad that you saw your gift there. Definitely glad. We have Eden here. I'm going to work on Eden a little bit up to level 28, I think, is ideal. And Raji, at least 26 would be nice. And then maybe we'll upgrade Angus once, too. But we're just improving our team here. I definitely use the Earth Titans here. And Raji's on my main team, so if I can get some more Soul Stones of him, that's just a bonus. That's really kind of how I see it. I do have some summoning spheres, but I think I may have already opened the 10 for today. Let's double check. Scorching Days. Got some more demonic sparks. Elemental fusion's done. Opening chest and Outland. Soul stones. Don't really want to go overboard on the soul stones. We do still have Halloween. We're going to need a lot of soul stones, even though the coins themselves that you get in Halloween can also get you more goods as well in terms of soul stones. We're going to open these demonic sparks before we end the stream. Jay, how long can I keep the gift in my mail? So the best way to tell is if you go to your mail. Hold on. Also, I'm looking here. Ooh, nice. We got the demonic spark avatar. So the best way to tell is when you go to your mail, you'll see if there's nothing written underneath the reward, then it's good forever, is my understanding. Now, if there is an expiration, it will say good for 3 days, good for 2 days underneath this collect, and that's when you need to collect it by. So double check that, and that should tell you. Currently, I've never actually gotten one of my own prizes ever, so I don't know what it looks like, but that is my understanding, is that based off of what it says underneath is kind of the timeline that you have. So here we're going to get some demonic flames. We're going to open these guys up. Yep. Level up Kane. Absolutely. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question there, Greg, as to how long you can keep your items there. So you got some Miraji Soul Stones. We'll take them. We'll take them. Better than we were at before. More Soul Stones than we had before. So let's take a look. Mainly Fire Titans. Let's just go straight to our Fire Titans. Araji. So we got 120 Soul Stones. Better than before. Got some Moloch. Cool. We got some Vulcan. We can evolve our Vulcan, which we should. We definitely want to acquire as many Soul Stones as possible. Get them all maxed out so we can get this merchant going here. The only hero, or the only Titan I still don't have is Mary, which is crazy, but we'll get to that in the future, I hope. I might as well open 10 summons right now because there's only one more day of this event, so, you know, I only need 10, so we'll just open 20. But no Mary yet. No Mary. Okay. We did get some more Soul Stones, but no Mary. I don't think we'll be able to evolve anything, but I'm just going to double check anyway. But we did get some good progress on our soul. Oh, we can evolve Silva. Not going to complain. Silva is very useful for my Titan team. And we got Angus a little stronger. We have some Titan potions still as well. So I'm going to level up my tank. And we'll level up Silva a little bit as well. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Definitely an improved team. And my team was about 20k before for Titan. So now we're up to 35k. No complaints at all. Definitely improving my Earth Titan team. Still very baby, but that's okay. You got to start from somewhere, as I always say. Let's see. Can we level up Arcane one more level? I don't know if we can. Yeah, we can't, but that's okay. We can definitely charge up the item one more time. And yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at so far for today. Do be on the lookout for me to implement these membership offers very, very soon. It might be live as soon as tonight. I don't think it will, but it might. But yes, thank you guys so much for your continued support. It really, really does mean a lot. I will probably be ending the live stream right here, but it looks like we made a lot of progress. We talked about the Fire Titan event briefly. We talked a little bit about Ascension and some of the possible outcomes. We talked about Tristan and his effect with Galahad and Luther briefly as well, and kind of how, you know, he might be a little bit better with Luther right now, but he's still viable with Galahad as well. We talked a little bit about tier lists. I'm probably going to make one shortly here. I'm thinking pre-Ascension. We think Ascension might be coming next month, right? And we have Halloween coming this month for sure. So a lot of exciting things coming to Hero Wars. I want to thank you guys again so much for your support. It means a lot. And yeah, I've just had the best time today. So thank you guys so much for your support. And I look forward to seeing you guys very, very soon in Dominion. I will be streaming tomorrow morning. And congrats again to our winners for the stuff. Yeah, we need a preview. We'll definitely have a preview of the Halloween event here very, very soon. I'm probably going to do it closer to when we have the event. I think we're still a little bit far out, but I think next week we'll be talking about Halloween, or at least starting to prep a little bit for Halloween. I can make a video on it as well, but we'll definitely be talking about it next week, next Saturday. So, all right. Thank you guys so much. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, potentially, or next week. Thank you, everyone.